That is it. We are live here after the game. It's your boy Mike G. Whew, that was rough, guys. That was rough. Auburn loses to Texas A&M 16-10 in an absolutely atrocious post-game. Fourth quarter performance. 1 yard of offense in the fourth quarter, guys. 1 yard of offense in this one. Not a lot of words for this. Ike Jones is live from College Station, and he's going to be joining us here. We're going to get to your comments here in a second. I don't know what else to say about this, but too many resources. Too many resources have been sunk into this program at this point for it to look like this. Guys, it cannot look like this. I am flabbergasted at what we saw. I've got a lot of thoughts. A lot of them I will share with you guys on tomorrow's weekend tailgate. But I want to spit some stats at you guys here at the end. Auburn amassed 176 yards of total offense in this one. It was bad. 10 penalties for 69 yards. And then when you look at the play-by-play, it was bad. In the fourth quarter, 1 yard. 1 yard of offense in the fourth quarter in this one. 1 yard. They scored 7 points, but because the defense came up with a big interception that gave them the ball practically on the 1 yard line. 1 yard of offense. Who do we hold responsible for this? That's what I would like to know. All the NIL, all the emotions, all the resources, everything that's been built, they've amassed scoreboards, and this is the result. This was an absolutely atrocious offensive performance here, and you have to lay this at the feet of the offense. 100%, you have to lay this at the feet of the offense. You guys are filing in here right now. We'll get to your comments here. Stewie Dies a Lot says, when Auburn got the ball to go for a game-winning drive, did anyone actually think they had a chance to do it? Not the way that this game was going. I don't think anybody really thought that they had a chance the way this game was going. Almost nothing all day. Guys, I don't know what to say about it. I don't know what to say about it. Mike Davis says, nothing about this offense resembles the group game plan execution or the play calling that went to Baylor. 4th and 1 against a 4-man front, and you pass to keep the game alive. Defense is the truth. The defense played their butts off in this one. Could not expect much more out of them under the circumstances, and on the road too as well, guys. They even tossed in some points to boot. G. Hargrove says, DJ Durkin for head coach, War Damn Eagle. Look, now, somebody needs to be fired. I'm going to tell you that. Somebody needs to be fired. I'm not calling for Freeze's head, but I'm telling you, somebody has got to be responsible for what we just saw. Somebody. Anthony Long says, it's amazing how awesome the offensive game plan is when we face lesser competition. When we play someone with a backbone, the offensive game plan looks scared and timid. I would agree with that statement. It just wasn't good, man. I don't know. This offensive line got absolutely destroyed. They got whooped in this one. Dustin from the Up-Tempo is going to join me here in a second, but we're going to stick with your comments here for a second. JJ, we appreciate the super chat. If you had a comment, sometimes YouTube is funny. You got to make sure you get that comment in there before you hit send. Spicy Penguin says, Mike, do you actually think this is a well-coached team? Look, I feel bad for the kids. I feel bad for them too. Spicy, I don't think this is it's hard to say that this is a well-coached offensive football team. Defensively, I don't think you can argue that they played their hearts out. It showed in the results. Had they been able to sustain any drives, I don't think Auburn didn't convert a single third down in this game. That's an incredible stat. 0 for on third downs. 0 of 12. The crazy part is the defense only allowed Texas A&M to convert 3 of 14 third downs. You went over on 12 on third downs, and then they went over on fourth down as well too. I've never seen anybody almost win a game where you didn't convert a single third or fourth down. That's actually wild. I hear you though, Spicy. I hear you. Darius Lee says no need to think we could get 1 yard on 4th and 1 when all we had was 1 yard in the fourth. Yeah, I mean it was tough. I don't understand throwing the ball in that scenario. Pick up the first down running the ball, and then you get a new set of downs and a fresh set of play calls. I don't know. Maybe that was on Jackson. I don't know. I mean, Ike is going to the post game now. Maybe he'll get an explanation for us here. Mercy says we might not make a bowl game with this offense. Hugh Freeze needs to hang up the clipboard and have a new offense. He might not have a choice in whether he hangs it up or not. I'm going to bring Dustin in here. Dustin, thanks for joining us on the post game today. We're going to stick with some comments before we get to your thoughts here on this one. Post game is about you guys. Air it all out. This was a rough one for sure. Cleveland Brown says, how do you preach running the ball being the key to success, but you abandon the run before giving it a chance? Seriously, what the F? Cleveland, I hear you. Just there. Where was the after the half? I can almost get it for a half. Where was the adjustment after the half? They got worse in the second half. It felt like there were no plays out there. Doing stuff with Daddy. All the Viagra in the world could not give this offense a stiff one. I bet Joe Biden's wife gets a better run for her money than opposing defenses get from this impotent offense. You pack politics and sexual innuendo all into one comment. That's very impressive. I'm not gonna lie. The American Idiot 01, the most putrid display of offensive coaching under Hugh Freeze since he's gotten here. I'm so pissed right now. This is embarrassing, and it's his fault. Yeah, he has to wear this. And that's where I'm gonna bring you in here, Dustin. We've got a ton of comments to go through, but really quickly, man, I gotta lay this one at the feet of the head coach, man. They did not look. It wasn't a good game plan. I didn't see any adjustments. Jackson Arnold just continues to take sacks, or there's nothing downfield to throw the ball to. I gotta lay this one at the feet of the head coach, man.
You know, we talked so much in the offseason about the talent that this team had. But Auburn just played a program today in Texas A&M that can tell you all about having a whole bunch of talent, but not having the right coach that knows what to do with the talent. And we've kind of known, we've seen the writing on the wall, but we still wanted to have faith and still believe. At least I did anyway. And then halfway through that second quarter, I just said, I can't do this anymore as far as the hope goes. This is a head coach who the game has passed him by, Mike. The game's passed him by. Now, he can recruit with the best of them. He can acquire talent. But anytime Auburn plays a defense with a pulse, an SEC-level defense, he was now 1-10 at Auburn versus ranked opponents. Anytime Auburn plays a team with any kind of life, the defense looks ready. It's crazy. The other team always looks more prepared. Always. They always look more prepared coming into the game. Like you mentioned, the adjustments aren't there. And yeah, we just see what it is. Another day where you were heavily penalized. You were 0 for 12 on third down. You were 0 for 2 on fourth down. Like everybody's saying in the chat, no one had any faith that Auburn was actually going to pull out the plays. The only reason you ever got on the board was because Xavier Atkins and that defense just refuses to die. And here we are on yet another offensive-minded head coach where we keep feeling like we're just wasting good defensive performance after good defensive performance. It's frustrating. It feels like it's been going on for years. But I am now at the point to where I pretty much can confidently say I don't think Hugh Freeze is the guy to turn it around, Mike.
Yeah, it's you can stomach a loss. It's hard to stomach a loss where you look that bad. I mean,
and just like Missouri last year, look, just like Vanderbilt last year, like these are starting to really pile up. And I'm waiting for the other side of that. I'm waiting for you to have a day where we're like, man, Hugh was in his bag. But I can't really think of those days. I have a whole lot on the other side.
You're now 0-2 in the SEC. That's a rough start here with Georgia next coming to the Plains. Riley Mobley says, "Well, it was real. It wasn't fun, and it's 1 a.m. here. It's on the basketball season for me, guys. I refuse to stay up late for the Hugh Freeze trash show. Man, he's gonna lose some people with this one. Big homie Lander, yeah, I'm over it. Fire Freeze." Yeah, you just can't. I mean, it's year 3, man.
It feels like it turned today, Mike. It feels like the fan base kind of jumped off today.
Yeah, it was. You just can't have a performance. You can't get outplayed that badly in year 3. Antonio Smith says, year 3, same problem. Yeah, Spicy Penguin. No one has done less with more. Calipari of college football. That's actually a very fun analogy there, Spicy. I appreciate that one. Bo Bonner says, no more 65 and 15 on the field on offense.
Mike, can I point something out about 65 real quick?
Game than that. I'm shaking my damn head. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. You missed last year on Percy Lewis too, right? You went and paid big money to get Percy Lewis out of the portal from Mississippi State. You missed on that one, and now it looks like you did the same thing with Xavier Chaplin. That's 2 in a row where you've whiffed bad at left tackle.
Yeah. I mean, it's rough. It's very rough. Guys, jump on in here. As I mentioned, this post game is about you guys, so we want to hear from you here. Timothy Scott says, Auburn family, please join me in welcoming the next head coach, the Auburn Tigers, Mr. TJ Turkin. His guys are playing for him, man. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, it looked good defensively. Bend, but don't break. It's funny. I gave Texas A&M 17 points in this game. And I just did not expect this kind of performance. I will admit, maybe underestimated the Texas A&M defense a little, but definitely overestimated the game planning going into this. It's not the talent. It's definitely not the talent. Yeah. Robert, no more excuses. 3rd straight year, starting 0-2 in the SEC. Stop making excuses. Fire Coach Hugh Freeze. A head has to roll after something like this. After a performance this bad, accountability has to be asked. This is why play calling head coaches get forced to give up play calling. Right? Because, they did this with Gus when it started looking bad. It's like, all right, buddy, you can recruit, so we'll keep you on, but you got to give up play calling. And it was this tug of war between, Hugh and the play callers. And I don't know. I'm sick of that. Yay, thank you for joining as a member. We appreciate you, brother. Exclusive TV says 4th down. They're blitzing, and Jackson Arnold still holds the ball. His IQ is piss poor. Singleton was open on the curl route. He looked at him and didn't throw. Something's not working. It's hard to lay this at the feet of Jackson when I watched the play calls all game. I tweeted this in real time, Justin. I said, what did we learn? Here you are again with the ball at the end of the game and a final drive to win it or tie it. And I wanted to see what they learned.
And to the point of blaming Jackson Arnold, and I'm not sitting here saying that he played great, but I go beyond that at this point, because if you go back, you brought in Peyton Thorne, right? He wasn't on Auburn's roster. That's who Hugh Freeze went and got. After seeing Peyton Thorne for a whole year, he decided to double down on Peyton Thorne. I can get it fixed this time. We're going to get Philip Montgomery out the way. I can get it fixed. It was the same result. Now you went out and got another guy. Well, he's former 5-star. This guy can run the system. You just had 1 yard of total offense in an SEC game in the 4th quarter of a 1-possession ball game. So to me, it's like, sure, Jackson Arnold's not the guy. Okay, cool. Well, who went and brought him to Auburn? And who missed on the last quarterback? Like, it's obvious what the issues here are.
Yeah. Yeah, that was tough. Cleveland says it's crazy to have an elite defense, but your offense makes the opponent look better. Make it make sense. What was time of possession in this one? Let me see here. What did Texas A&M held the ball 34 minutes to 25 minutes for Auburn? 25 minutes, 54 seconds. Auburn had the ball to 34 minutes, 6 seconds. That time matters. It does matter. Boy. AU Templin says Thornton got to go this week. Starts there and pretty much ends there today. Hard to call a game when the first thing you need is a constant failure. Yeah, I'm telling you that there should be a coaching change of some sort this week. There should be a coaching change of some sort this week.
You think offensive line, Mike?
Somebody's got to get fired. If it's not Freeze, I'm telling you, accountability has to be asked for here for what we saw. They got this is the second week in a row this offensive line got absolutely whooped.
So, I want to ask a question too of why did they keep talking about Jake Thornton threatening Xavier Chaplin to take him out of the game if he made one more mistake, and he kept making mistakes. He never got taken out of the game. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm not down there on the sideline. I can only go off of what's being reported on the broadcast. But if that's the case, then that's just lip service at this point because he committed 3 more mistakes and you didn't pull them.
Yeah. Cool Breeze, member for 47 months. We appreciate you. Tired of Coach Hugh Freeze trash offense and excuses after. You are not alone, my friend. Johnny H says, is it possible that Jackson Arnold's lingering confidence issues are limiting the play calling? Is the defense still taking it easy on him in practice? I don't see why that would be the case at this point, but, I really don't see Jackson as the problem here. Some of it is him, sure, but, I mean, I don't know, man. He plays within a system. At some point, too much went wrong for it to be Jackson alone. Yeah, I'm not saying he's seeing the field well or I don't know, man. It's just at some point, it's not the quarterbacks. You can't have one successful quarterback under you. At some point, it's not the talent. Anthony Long
Missouri game last year, man. It looked just like the Missouri game on offense last year. Different quarterback, looked like the same game.
Yeah. Anthony says, I really don't want to hear Coach Hugh Freeze glaze Texas A&M defense game. This was coaching because it's definitely not talent. It's your talent. This is year 3. It's your talent. Yeah. So Colton Beebe, Durkin for head coach, and go get whoever he wants as an offensive play caller. I don't think I can blame a single player on this team. Even the discipline issues are coaching problems. That's a good comment here. Lance Morgan says, too much talent, new QB, same stagnant offense. Three-headed coaching is the problem. Need a new coach ASAP. A lot of folks are going to jump off the Freeze train after this one, man. I mean, if he could somehow come back and beat Georgia and look great doing it, I mean, it would save him some. But the problem is the floor is still way too low offensively for the amount of talent that you have. MH became a member. We appreciate that. Cleveland Brown gifted 5 War Report memberships. I hope you guys hold on to them. Basketball season is coming. We do a lot of basketball too. Cleveland, thank you for gifting those memberships. Ben Bloodworth says Hugh Freeze has been exposed as a fraud. You can't call yourself an offensive guru and a QB whisperer and do this for 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
He said 2 things when he got hired. He said, I turn programs around quickly and I develop QBs. Auburn, I wouldn't say Auburn's turned around, not on the field at least. Recruiting looks great. And QB development, man, I don't know. We're getting past. I mean, those excuses are almost expired, man. It's time to throw that milk out. Frankie Freeze says, y'all sitting here blaming the QB, but it's 100% coaching. Q, Thornton, Davis, Nick's got to go to the entire offense to start. Yeah, I'm going to say this again for the people on back. Somebody has to get fired. Somebody has to get fired. Come Tuesday, Auburn should be sending out a press release saying that there's an opening somewhere. It's not going to be head coach. He's going to finish out the season. Recruiting is too important. But, man, I'm telling you, at some point, the negative recruiting the recruiting's going to start to follow the results on the field. John Cohen told me very confidently this offseason that he didn't think that the recruiting stuff had anything to do with the results on the field the first 2 years. It certainly will have something to do with it now. So,
Oh yeah.
Big Homie Lander says everything we were told about Jackson Arnold is true. It's been 3 years and he still can't find a QB. Man. Mercy says, did they pay the people who evaluated our O line? Yeah, you see. Speaking of the NFL scout that said that Auburn had 6 O linemen that would receive NFL grades.
Well, they have the talent. So then you have to ask the question: if you have the talent out there and it's not coming together, where do you go to?
Where do you go?
Obvious coaching.
Yeah,
I think that I'm with Mike. That should be somebody's last game, and I propose it be Jake Thornton.
Yeah, it's got to be somebody's last game. Aaron Finney, member for 36 months. John, he's nominated John Gruden. All right. John Gruden fan. Stephen Neely says 2 weeks to revamp the O-line. Chaplin is a liability at left tackle.
It's awful.
He was getting lit up by the commentators during this one. The holding on the big play there in the second half, just all rough. D Lee 92 says Freeze is allergic to sticking with what works. Cobb was averaging at least 5 yards after the catch and those small touches that he got. I was shocked at the inability of Auburn to get the ball out of Jackson Arnold's hands faster. I don't understand that you had to have some kind of quick strike offense. I got to give Texas A&M's D-line credit, man. They got after him quickly. They got after him extremely quickly, and good for them, man. I underestimated this staff's ability to be able to adjust here. I thought, hey, the second half might see some adjustments here. The first half game plan didn't work, and it just never came. Beat Georgia says, a member for 32 months. Thank you for being a member. A&M had 2 weeks to prepare. We're still on schedule. That's hopeful. I don't mind hope. I don't mind hope. Spicy Penguin says, you have to realize Hugh is a recruiter and not a coach. I'm so grateful. But name a coach that does keeps with more. I'm grateful, but I'm fearful we need a dog. Spicy's just over Hugh. And I understand. I 100% understand. Remember, I said this on that SEC podcast, and a bunch of people came for me. I said that at 7-5 firing should not be off the table.
Yeah.
No way. You're only winning 7 games with all this talent and all this money that's been spent. And
it's the way it looks too, man. It's the way it looks. Like you're the offensive guy, and the offense can't pick up a first down. Like it's crazy.
This is a fair comment. Dustin, will he be able to recruit well anymore with how bad we've been playing? No. At some point, the results on the field catch up with you.
Yeah.
I mean, look, man, it is unprecedented levels of talent that we've seen them bring in, and they've done a great job of it. I'll hold them there. Sometimes just got turned into dubs. We've seen coaches do more with less.
Yeah, look, I mean, looking at the social media, looking at everybody's comments here in the live chat, I think this feels like the one where the fan base kind of jumped off the wagon completely. And if you get into like the third quarter of that Georgia game and the offense is struggling and maybe Auburn's down like 17-3 and you're still not moving the ball, the boo birds are going to come out, and they're going to come out loud, and it's going to be right there in front of whatever recruits are there. Like, no, Auburn is now in the territory. Hugh Freeze is now in the territory where his recruiting prowess, how good he is at it, it doesn't matter anymore. The on-field product is so bad that he has to turn that around, or he's not going to have a job next year anyway at Auburn.
Yeah, it's again, results are going to start to catch up with you at some point. And now we appreciate the super chat. Let's get down here. JJ says offensive adjustments and using a pass first most game plan is contributing to Jackson Arnold's consistent failures. If your QB is struggling, run more, jet sweep more. That's on the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just want to, again, as far as balance is concerned, 33 passes in this game to 24 rushes in a game that you lost by 6 points. Auburn was never really down more than 2 scores in this football game. That's the crazy part. They were never down more than 2 scores in this football game, and they passed it more than they ran it. There was a certain member of the media that was mocking my questions to Hugh Freeze about balance. This is why I keep asking the question. This is exact because we're sitting here. So I keep asking it. You know, if you're too stupid to understand it, that's on you. But this is why the question is fair every single week. Can he commit to one or the other, Dustin? Right?
It just looks like he never has the answers, Mike. No matter what it is, it's always something.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It gets really rough after a while. Thank you for this super chat, JJ. A. Will says this is a Mickey Mouse offense. We held A&M the 1 TD in their house and lost. Wasted talent. DJ for head coach. Man, yeah, this was another wasted defensive performance. Chris K says 24 rushes and only using the running backs on 3rd and long. We should never hire another head coach that forces the passing game, ignoring the rushing game. Baylor, it felt like Baylor was finally where that tendency would have been broken, right? Like that's what it kind of felt like. That after Baylor, it would be one of those things where hey, look, we're no longer doing that, right? But nope, no, we're still doing it. Anand comes back and says it's year 3 and Freeze still doesn't have 6 SEC wins. Is this a real stat?
Yes, Mike. That's real.
Wow.
He only has 5 SEC wins.
Anand coming with the heat today.
He went 3-5 in his first year and 2-6 last year.
Yeah, that's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. You're winless right now. I thought I've said for a long time, just get one of the first 3 SEC games. I did not think we would get to Georgia and still be without one, though. I mean, the season is still in front of you if you can beat Georgia, but wow. Boy, it feels like if you lose that one and start 3-3, people are really going to start to hop off the train.
And the way it's looked is like I agreed with you when you said that. All summer you were saying that. I was with you. I was like, even if we go and lose 2 close games at Oklahoma and A&M, it doesn't mean it's over. I completely changed my stance on that because of how it's looked. That's why I have no hope, because I'm like, oh, this just feels like the same exact movie. You swapped out the quarterback. You swapped out some personnel. It looks the same.
Jackson Arnold got sacked 10 times at Oklahoma, and somehow this was a worse offensive result.
Crazy.
How many sacks did he have today?
7.
7? He got sacked 7 times?
7 times, which is not going to win you a game on the road in the SEC.
That's tough. Lieutenant DT says another season of our program becoming irrelevant before October. Not relevant just yet, but boy, 2 weeks. If you lose to Georgia and you start 0-3, then I'm with you. MH says, long-time lurker, but I finally joined because you guys are the best and I needed to do this. Join or you're a scrub. Please forward this super chat to the buyout. You don't need no more money, man. I ain't forward nothing. You forward it to my buyout, MH. Giving you no money. He's good. They don't need no help with that buyout.
Yeah, it's $17 million right now.
Cameron Carr, appreciate the super chat. I'm not jumping off just yet. O-line coach needs firing. Texas A&M was number 9. Oklahoma was 11. We got a bye. I'll wait until after Mizzou at home to jump ship. Fair enough. This is fair. You need to show. You need to beat Georgia.
I have to now. You
need to beat Georgia. I did not think we would be in a place sitting here where it was you need to win to Georgia to keep your job. But if he loses to Georgia, nothing is off that 5-win streak I thought was possible after Georgia is like they'll be lucky to win 3 of them.
Yeah, I mean Missouri's looking good, Vandy's looking good.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's gonna be rough. Cameron Carr, appreciate the comment, the super chat. Dwayne Logan says, "What happened to those 6 draft grade offensive linemen? They're definitely offensive War Eagle anyway." Shaking my head. Yeah. Fire Freeze says, "Say my name, chant it to the heavens, a war damn eagle, but this experiment is done."
Man, you're wrong, brother.
This is an amazing fan base, Dustin.
Yeah.
Auburn has an amazingly loyal fan base that has stuck behind this thing for almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
And I've said it, like, when are you going to give something back to the people who have donated their time, money, and resources to helping you get every advantage that you could have had to go out there and get wins? I don't get it. Eric Pearson, the thing is, if you fire Freeze, we start all over again, and we're looking at 2 to 3 more years before we see any improvement. It sucks. Yep, that's possibly, unless you make a hire in a manner where you can look what Auburn basketball pulled off with Bruce retiring. It's going to take some finagling, and the timing has to be right, and it has to be the right person. At this point, I think the best chance you have at holding it together is by hiring Durkin if you decide to move on, because at least the guys on the defensive side will know they'll have some continuity. And then, you've got to make a good pitch to the offensive guys that you're going to get somebody out, somebody reputable. You got to break the bank on another coordinator. That's what I see.
I know that starting all over again is scary, but at the same time, how much longer do you want to keep banging your head against a wall?
Yeah. Look, man. I say next year that will definitely be it.
That schedule's brutal too. So.
Yeah, it is. Eric Pearson, appreciate that. Darius Lee says, "Feel bad for Cam as a fan. He needs to transfer if we can't get him the ball. Coach Hugh Freeze is wasting talent." Yeah. Look, man. He's Bobby Coleman, Cam's dad, is a really, really good friend of mine. We went to high school together. I want the best for his son, even if it's not at Auburn. Thomason says Hugh needs to walk back from Texas to pack up his office. These comments reflect a sentiment that I am telling you, like, somebody needs to be fired on Tuesday. I'll give you Monday till Monday to figure it out and get HR paperwork ready, but somebody's got to be out the door after this. We need accountability. Jesse Palmer said our offense has no creativity. Cam should be moved all around the field. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, they were on it. They were on it, man. We had coming.
Yeah, that's it.
It ain't full of nobody, Mike. It just feels like a situation where the game has passed you by. That's the way I'm really
and you have too many other playmakers as well, too. Right? There was one deep one to Perry where the DB just got his hand in there at the last moment because Perry was 100% going to catch that ball. Ben Bloodworth, it's time to mentally prepare ourselves for our 3rd consecutive loss to Diego Pavia. I can't take another I can't get Pavia again. I can't do it, Ben. EC James 92, fire Freeze now. DJ for head coach is the best shot to landing a quality OC. Pathetic play calling. This one hurts. Pull the dang trigger and not an assistant coach, Patsy. Thaw the offense. Thaw the offensive freeze. This is beyond ridiculous for year 3. He's over it. Lawrence Robertson, Burns and Thornton got to go. Why didn't Malcolm field that punt?
I'm pretty underwhelmed with the tight end position too. So if you make a change at the coaching here, I'm not upset. I think the recruiting at that position has been subpar. I think that the portal acquisitions at the position have been subpar. I thought that what was gotten out of Rivaldo Fairweather was subpar, and I think that the performance you've seen from the tight ends currently on the team have been subpar. So
and then they keep running plays for him.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Thank you, Lawrence, appreciate that. Exclusive TV says you would have been thinking we got our asses kicked, giving up 400 yards, but the defense kept us in the game, only allowing 1 TD. Is timid as AF. Yep. Jazzy Joe with the $100 super chat. Appreciate this, brother. I'm just going to drop this because Hugh doesn't like to make the war for money. He needs to take his punk ass on. We do we not deserve better? I feel like Auburn thinks we don't. It's wild that we are here yet again. It was $50 for every Jackson Arnold touchdown, I think, and $50 for every Cam Coleman touchdown is what he pledged. We got neither in this game. Crazy. Stewie Dies a lot says LSU goes down, so there's that at least. Yeah, but Ole Miss won. Stewie, I don't know if you know, but me and LSU have a long, complicated history that goes back to college. Darius Lee, bring Caddy back. We had an identity. Rick says devastating to watch year after year. We can't play Georgia School for the Blind every week. The only common thread is the coach and the scheme. There was a comment when I say this, I get this all the time when we talk about the scheme putting players in good positions, and then they talk about, oh, well, you need players, Mike, you need players. I'm like, no, man, but scheme matters as well, too. And when your scheme is bad, you dumb down your talent. Yeah. I have said it every single year since Harsin has been here, and it's like people are just now starting to understand it. You had to get Freeze here to get all this talent, and then still now you can go out and have a whole ass football game, Dustin, where your offense scores 3 points.
Crazy.
I know they technically scored that touchdown at the end, but give that to the defense. Yeah. They gave it to them at the 1 yard line, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Lance Morgan says, I don't care if he bears Georgia, he'll lose the next two. It's hope is starting. Hope is this is what you're reading here is hope starting to wane. Big Simp PDH, appreciate the super chat. If there was a comment, sorry we missed it. Got to make sure you type it in before you hit send, guys. Alan Berry says 0 for 12 on third downs. How? Yeah, I mean, and then 0 for 2 on fourth as well, too.
Never established the run game and didn't really try to establish the run game. And despite Hugh talking all week about how he got away from the run versus Oklahoma, he did it yet again this week, and he stayed in 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11. So it's the same thing over and over and over again.
Offensive play was terrible, and now I believe Thorne wasn't the issue. Yeah, y'all been hating on my boy Peyton, and I tried to tell everybody I have to be quiet. I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
Man, two things can be true at the same time, can't they? Can't Peyton Thorne not have been that great of a quarterback and Hugh Freeze been a part of the issue as well? Like, why is it? I think it's a little bit of both. I think that some people put blame on PT.
Yeah, I do. Percentages matter though, right? Yeah. Like Peyton Thorne may not have been like a world beater, but I think he was a much better quarterback than the system allowed him.
I agree with you on that.
Right? Yeah. It just. Yeah, I mean, he was at the helm of an 11-2 team, man, and they had a great running back, but he still threw for over 3,000 yards in that season, and in the right system with the competent play calling, I think Peyton Thorne could have won 8-9 games here.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. 5-7? No, Peyton wasn't the reason we went 5-7. Move over, Aiden. We were sold a dream. Jazzy is silly. Anthony Long says, who's next on Yellowwood's coaching list? Top Flight Security says Thornton needs to go for bluffing to pull 65. I don't know what else to say about I don't know what else to say about this. I'm leaning toward offensive line. It's hard, man. I hate to talk about anybody losing their job, Dustin. But,
yeah, for sure, man.
I mean, but then I don't really feel sorry for them either. They're making so much money, and all you're asking for is competence after 3 years.
Yeah, and they know the deal. They know what they're signing up for. And I mean, look, once you get to where you're playing high school sports, your performance can get put in the newspaper. If you struggle, they'll write about it. They'll post your stats, and you could be 15, 16 years old. So calling out the offensive line coach for what has continued to be an underwhelming offensive line in his third year in the program is totally within bounds.
Yeah. JJ Brand says Hugh is making Daniel Denny right. Unacceptable. Daniel Denny's going to be all over these comments. There's another guy, Alston somebody. He's a whole ray of sunshine. Kay Hill says Hugh isn't a good play caller. These players on offense are wasting their career. Sadly, Hugh calls 3 to 4 routes. He tries to out athletes teams with just as good of athletes. He can't scheme guys open. When you put the two together, you get pretty dynamic results. Good athletes and a good scheme, but you do need guys who can go and just win their matchups. But in this case, they just weren't given a ton of opportunity to actually do that. And it's unfortunate. Big Simp PDH says higher lane before Deuce leaves. Give him the bank, give him the bank and let him cook. Otis Smith says my brain doesn't even have the ability to get upset or even mad anymore.
I feel this.
Apathy.
And that's the scary part, man.
Yeah,
I never
scary. I can't take apathy again, guys. It's too early in the season for apathy. We felt that last year, and man, I'm telling you, you could see views drop off when it's apathy, and
it's coming.
I don't want that. Jimbo 2.0, not getting paid as much as Jimbo. D Left says a typical football Saturday. Auburn gets butt kicked early in embarrassing fashion, and our rival plays later and looks great. I don't know how much of this I can take. On top of that, I'm a Raiders fan. Boy, you have just chosen pain.
Man, praying for you, buddy.
Coop, the creator, you a member for 8 months. Who needs to go? The overwhelming consensus is Thornton.
Yeah.
If this chat is voting on it, it's Thornton.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. Riley Mobley says, who in here is over Coach Hugh Freeze, yay or nay? A lot of folks in here right now.
Yays. A lot of yays.
Join because you're the best. Please forward to the buyout. No, they don't need no help with the buyout. They've got a plan for the buyout, I promise. Antonio Smith says 17 sacks in 2 weeks. That is a really incredible number. It's wild.
A lot of money on that O-line, Mike.
Yep. Ben Blower says, pull a 2013, make the popular coordinator DJ the new head coach, retain most of your defense, hire a big name OC, retain a good chunk of your offense. Because drop some bags if that's the case. Interceptions were the theme of the losses last year. This year, it's sacks and penalties. Penalties really disappointing. Yeah. And you know what? A&M committed a ton of penalties in this game as well, too. That really kept Auburn in it. They did. Jazzy Joe, I'm going to start gifting 20 for every sack on Jackson Arnold.
Gonna be broke.
That's the only way we're going to get paid. It's the only way we're going to get paid. This feels like a Jimbo Fisher show. Great recruits and nothing to show for it. Thank you for being a member for 43 months.
Let's go.
It was a long time to be with us, almost 4 years. Inmate says, Cam, please stay. The next coach will use you right. That's a scary thing, right? These guys buy into a coach's vision and their system, and when it doesn't work out, they've got to buy into another one, and that's a difficult thing. If Cam hits the portal, he's going to get top dollar. He's going to stay in the SEC, I promise you.
Yeah,
and he's going to get a top dollar from somebody who's going to know how to use him. Empty the bank for Will Stein, paired with a Durkin defense, unstoppable. He's the current OC at Oregon. Big Simp says fire freeze ass after Georgia loss. Bring Caddy back to save face and keep the team together. The powers that be have to own what they did to Caddy. I don't know. You'd have to fire freeze to bring Caddy back. NH3425. The fact that we can't get Cam Coleman and Singleton the ball is highly alarming. Yeah, that's tough. Thomas says promote DJ hire Caddy as OC. Finally done with eligibility. Pavia as QB coach. Diego Pavia. Throw the checkbook at Eli Drinkwitz. You're a Drink fan?
Mike, look at what he's doing with the lack of resources at Missouri.
Will he recruit? Can he recruit?
Hugh Freeze can recruit. It doesn't matter.
Okay, all right. I hear you.
If you give him the same resources, put some assistants around him that can recruit, give him the same resources that you've given Hugh Freeze. And from what I've seen, he has a lot less resources at Missouri, and he's winning 9-10 games every single year. They're undefeated right now. I'd take that.
Yeah.
He's in the same league as us, Mike, doing a whole lot better.
I would love to cover Eli Drinkowitz. Actually, he's actually one of the good guys. So yeah, I actually believe him to be a really good person. So yeah, all right. Appreciate the super chat. Didn't see the comment. Make sure you type that comment in before you hit send. Chat's moving too fast to go back and find the attached comment. Like last year, still not running the ball and can't make a play in the pass game. KLS, then Singleton. If you're a wide receiver and want to win, why would you transfer to Auburn? Can't we just throw it up to Cam? Georgia Tech pulled it out versus Wake Forest here, and there was a idiot that was, Auburn, you wish you were Georgia Tech. Remember that guy? I hate it. We're making this dude right. Proof of concept still hasn't shown up. F-. Wow.
It's not going to.
Andrew Glenn says Freeze needs to go regardless of A&M and OU being top 10 teams. Putting up 3 points from offense is criminal. I won't credit the offense with that, TD. I wouldn't either. Joey, appreciate the super chat. Again, remember to type that comment before you hit anything else. It's tricky. It'll get you. Chris Jones, Coleman, along with the other receivers, were visibly upset with QB play today, beginning of bigger problems. I didn't see this. Were you able to see them?
There was, as the game went on, there was definitely there's body language from the receivers towards Jackson kind of started to go a little negative. Yeah, for sure.
Bruce retires, and now this. What a week.
Yeah. So this week sucked. Yeah,
sure. We got Stephen Pearl. We'll be okay. Coop, the creator, says we're about to let Cam down on his jersey retirement.
Maybe we can sneak him out there.
Yep. Otis Smith says, go grab Bill Cowher, damn it. Bill Cowher.
Golly.
Wow. Joey Hagermaker says the reason this program was in the position it was in when Freeze came in is because they waited too long to pull the plug on Gus. It's a popular sentiment. Jazzy Joe says, hey, at least we are Bucks fans.
Look, I can make a quick little comment on that to tie it into Auburn. The Buccaneers they're 3-0. They've had 3 straight fourth quarter game-winning drives at the end of the game to win. When the Buccaneers know, regardless of the situation, Mike, they've made the playoffs 5 years in a row. It's a winning culture. No matter how much Tampa's down, I believe they have a shot to come back and win. On the flip side, I think Auburn's going to find a way to lose. It's winning culture versus losing culture, man.
Yeah. Big Homie Lander says Mississippi State has improved in 2 seasons. We are at the bottom of the SEC right now.
Yeah, 5-0. Bulldogs 5-0.
Yeah. Rick Mendez, appreciate the super chat. Can't stress enough. Make sure you type that comment before you hit send. Marcus Holland said, member for 53 months. A lot of 50-monthers in here today. Keep Freeze for the recruiting. Hire a damn dynamic offensive coordinator. Got all the tools, man. Just need a quarterback and a play caller. Tiffany Simp says, I'm not renewing my season tickets after 5 years. I'm done. I'm going to start to lose some people. Anon says, who would y'all rather have, Rhett Campbell or Glenn Schumann? I think it's time for us, though, to have a defensive-minded head coach.
I'm with that.
I'm with that as well, too. And then go find an OC.
Yeah, we keep trying the same thing, Mike, and it ain't working.
Yeah. Jackson Arnold, greater than coaching, greater than Peyton Thorne. Auburn Brawl Star says QB is the problem. Simple. Don't overthink it.
Who keeps bringing the QBs in?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Answer that question. Who keeps bringing them in?
Yeah.
And they can fit his offense.
Yeah, it starts with it's already coaching. It's coaching for me. Rick Mendez says, how do you guys think the team looks after the bye? Chaplin better be gone, and we better run the damn ball. Somebody's going to be gone. It needs to be on the coaching staff. Name cannot be blank says Hugh Freeze didn't abandon the run this week. He convinced himself it was okay to abandon it last week, and he simply won't be returning to that facet of football. Hugh Freeze playing mind games with himself, apparently. Lance Morgan says Robbie Ashford looked competent today. Are you kidding me? It has to be coaching. Word amigo, I'll support the players and hope they get some wins to make them feel good. Durkin needs to take over. I watched some of that Wake Forest Georgia Tech game for sure. Sad my boy Robbie didn't come out with the win. Otis Smith, go get Kyle Cunningham from Utah. What do you think about Kyle Cunningham?
I'll have to look more into that, but that's not. I'm very much right now. I'm kind of on the promote DJ train.
Yeah,
and I mean this is all kind of fresh. I wasn't expecting to really have this. I predict Auburn to win today. I thought Auburn was going to come out and run the ball down A&M's throat. I didn't think you're going to go the first 3 drives without handing the ball to a running back. So,
right.
Yeah, I'd have to look more into that one.
Harold Greer says, ask my Alexa to give Auburn some positive energy for the second half. Said Auburn has the talent as long as the O-line protects Jackson Arnold and they run the ball like they did to win their first 3 games they won. Imagine that. Big Unk says, we have a championship defense. Offense sucks. Member for 27 months. Thank you so much. Woo! We just read super chats for 45 minutes straight. Dustin, appreciate everybody who jumped in here with a super chat. Look, this one was tough. This was really tough. And Auburn has to find a way forward after this. So now you get the bye week before Georgia, and you have to find a way to rally. Your season is on the brink. Justin, your season is on the brink at Georgia. You lose that one, and then, I mean, the floor has been set kind of here, hasn't it? I don't know. There's not a team left now. I don't believe you can go out and do this 1 yard in the fourth quarter. There's not a team left on the schedule I believe Auburn can't lose to.
Yeah, just Mercer.
With a bad enough game plan. I thought that the talent made them greater than this result. That was wrong.
Yeah.
So this is tough. If you're frustrated, I understand. I really understand it. Tiffany says, I thought AU would run the ball too. Hugh was a liar. Betrayed. She feels betrayed. Jazzy says, if Hugh got fired right now, who would you trust to take over the offense? That's the question, right? Is who do you go get? Hugh's going to have a sacrificial lamb here. I'm telling you, for them to look this bad and play this bad, somebody has to get fired on Monday. Drop the paperwork on Monday. Announce the coaching change on Tuesday. That's it. And you still have, and then you got a bye week to pull it together. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Why would no loyalty to this sort of result? I don't get it.
Yeah, it feels like it's got to be Thornton.
Yeah, the floor is just too low. It's way too low here. I could not imagine this O-line with a performance like this 2 weeks in a row to open conference play.
Yeah.
Yikes, man. Jazzy says, no, Hugh would call the offense on Hugh would call the offense on the staff now. I don't know, man. I really just don't know. Can Cam Newton coach? That'd be great for recruiting. Yeah, I think Cam would be an amazing recruiter. Cam would be an amazing recruiter. And maybe he's a good QB coach too. Who knows? I I really can't figure out how him and Ken Austin, QB whisperers, can't get a seasoned veteran to come in and play with a good wide receiver room. Arnold did not play good today, even when not running for his life. I don't think it was a good offensive game plan, honestly.
It was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a good offensive game plan. I think they put way too much on Jackson Arnold. And if you need a QB to save you, go get that guy. Jazzy Joe says, my bad. Who would call the offense out of the current staff? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's right. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're all his guys. I mean, like Derek Nix is going to do the same thing Hugh's going to do. So it's not like there's this big philosophy change on there. And in my opinion,
I don't know. I don't know about that though, because I don't think that the play calling is as split as they're trying to sell that it is. I think it's all Hugh. I honestly do. I think it's all Hugh.
But I'm saying is like if you take the play calling away from Hugh and give it to Derek Nix, I'm not expecting there to be some drastic result. From what I've seen, it looked to me like these SEC defense are just on this system.
Yeah, Hugh would have to get out of the way. If you wanted to see something different, Hugh would have to turn it over and actually get out of the way. That's what I doubt would happen. But with the whole thing, too much is being made of the whole, like, oh, we got 3 play callers. I'm telling you, it's all Hugh. It's all Hugh. Yeah. He's calling the plays. Tiffany says, why would Auburn pass on 1st and 2nd down and run on 3rd and long? That's what we saw. That last series where Jackson Arnold, you get stopped short of a 1st down. And instead of running to pick up a quick 1st down or a QB sneak or something, which is what I thought they were going to do, Jackson Arnold throws an incomplete pass on a seam. What?
Yeah.
And if he can't make the right decision in that moment, I lay that at the feet of coaching. Top Flight Security says, post-game, he blamed the staff and regrets not running the ball on critical downs. Depressing stat, 17 sacks through 5 games. That's about 3.4 sacks a game. We have 7 left. So that means we are on pace for 40 sacks this year.
Yeah, boy.
Whew. Boy, you guys had a lot to say after this one. I hope we keep you around for Georgia next week. I'll be at the game, hopefully for a different result. Reading some of these comments here. A lot of people feel lied to. Bo Wallace was right. Clay Jones says your quarterback isn't very tough. An OU fan said that. No. Yeah, not surprising. But for real, Bo Wallace was right. Hugh needs to take ownership. He blamed the staff. I can't wait to hear this one. Ike was there, but they won't let him back on the field, so he's not going to join us in the post game today. Dustin, we're going to go on and get out of here. Final thoughts before we get out of here, man. I don't think that there's not much more to say. I'll have more, conclusive thoughts on the weekend tailgate tomorrow. But this was a disappointing result.
Yeah, this is probably the most disappointing result of Hugh Freeze's tenure, and he's had quite a few. Again, for me, it's not about the wins and the losses. I mean, it is in year 3, but particularly the reason why I'm really feeling down about the future of this program under Hugh Freeze is the way that it looks. It's an offense that looks old and outdated. And every time Auburn plays an SEC team, I mean, 5 SEC wins, and you're going into game number 6 of year 3. Like these defenses, man, these defensive coordinators, they are on this scheme. They are on this system. We're not tricking anybody. All the talent in the world, it doesn't matter. You can blame quarterback. You can blame previous OCs, all that kind of stuff. There's one constant that remains, and that's Hugh Freeze. So at the end of the day, man, that's where the responsibility is going to have to lie in the 3rd year. So it doesn't look good. It's really discouraging. I understand everybody's frustrations. I'm going to be live tomorrow with my guy Nick from Water Cooler Talk Podcast. We will be breaking it down and reacting some more. I'm going to go now and listen to this post-game presser and listen to what the players and the coaches have to say and kind of see what we can take from that. But I share everybody's frustrations because, like you said, Mike, I mean, you've had this conversation before. The Auburn fans, man, they sell out. They show up. They just deserve better than this. And with all of the time, the energy, and the resources that are being poured into this football program, for it to continue to look like this, I mean, we're Iowa South on offense. We just can't get it figured out, and it's just beyond frustrating, man. So I'm with everybody, and yeah, join me tomorrow 9 a.m. Central Time at the Up Tempo Podcast. We'll talk more about it.
All right. Appreciate that, Dustin. I'm going to have the post game press conference uploaded here in about 5 minutes. So check out the War Report on YouTube if you want to listen to Hugh and Jackson talk. I'm sure they had a lot to say. It was about 7.5 minutes long was that press conference. And Ike will be joining us tomorrow on the weekend tailgate. Guys, that is it for the Auburn Texas A&M post game. We appreciate you guys for jumping in with me and Dustin from the Up Tempo podcast. Please go check them out tomorrow as well. We're signing off as always. War Eagle.